number of people killed through motorcycle-related accidents has increased by 200 casualties from 709 back in 2018 to 910 as of the 12th of November this year. Now, the rise comes despite the efforts by the government to bring sanity in the border sector. A task force that was gazetted by Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i has borne little fruit in formulating and enforcing the rules that will regulate the rogue riders.
The young transport sector has attracted an equally young group of people whose behavior has been astonishing and life-threatening. The raving engines and intimidating gear reveal a group that has proven unmanageable in recent past.
We've messed ourselves by all this, and we keep engaging in public relations. You know, let us say things that are politically correct, or we will not annoy these people. Some of the reasons why we are suffering the way we are suffering is because occasionally and sometimes we have allowed politics to rule our lives.
Tough talk, but clearly not a deterrent for the toughened motorcyclists.
If you follow the law, there will be no issue with you. There will be no issue with NTSA, there will be no issue with the police service. But follow the law.
On the roads, they will use whichever side of the road they desire, regardless of the rules. Other road users are forced to give way or risk being run over. And so the rising death rate among the riders and the clientele comes as no surprise to many. This year, there have been 907 fatalities, 625 of those who died are motorcyclists and 285 passengers. In March this year, the Julius Matiang'i task force was set up by Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i alongside his transport counterpart James Macharia to formulate and enforce rules and regulations for the border transport sector. They were to deliver on this task after 60 days. 8 months later, there has been no change.
Sijui kwa nini imetake too long. Imekaa muda mrefu sana, tumeongojea sana kwa sababu tulikuwa tunasema labda hiyo task force ingetusaidia kwamba pikipiki ikishikwa ama sheria gani tutakuwa tunatumia na riders pia watakuwa wanajua akishikwa this amount ambayo ataenda kulipia.
The county government of Nairobi tried a different tactic by restricting borders from the central business district. This, just like all the other rules, were ignored with a privileged few seeming to enjoy the protection of the powers that be. And whenever the county government has tried to act tough, they've been met by protests, which sometimes have turned violent.
Operation ya county ni operation ambayo sisi hata tuhusishwi kama stakeholders ama wale officials wa bodaboda. Ni kitu ambayo tu inaamukiwa na riders wanaanza kushikwa na wanashajua faini mingi.
In certain hospitals, the high rate of motorcycle accidents has caused the management to set up wards specifically for border victims. The riders blame accidents on law enforcement officers.
Kwa sababu rider sasa anaona ni heri agongwe na gari akitoroka huyo ofisa badala ashikwe aletwe hapa. Sababu akishikwa aletwe hapa atakuja aandikiwe makosa mingi, ambiwe amepiga askari, obstruction, na hapa atapelekwa industrial area.
As long as the border sector continues to run with little regulation and law enforcement, the number of accident victims is likely to go higher. Charity Mwangi, NTV.